So outside we just started. The inside's just about done, but we just started the outside towards.
Pull up the picture of what we want to do. Show them the.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like
So
that.
what did you buy it for?
This
19.
one was
This for 19.
Was this the one that we were working on with you guys for the hard money loan? Or is that a different one?
That's a different one. Like
That
the
we
very
were going to
first one.
provide the loan.
Oh no,
Ryan and I
it
were
was
providing
gonna be. Yeah, it was gonna be this one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we were needing it like really fast. And,
Gotcha.
yeah. This is what we want to do. So a two-tone like this, maybe even specifically these colors, because we really like that.
Oh yeah, that looks really sharp.
It'll paint over.
Yeah, that'll look really nice. So are you going to add trim around the windows then?
Yep.
All
So
the
we're ordering all the trim tomorrow, and we'll get here Tuesday.
You're doing that in T111 or are you doing it in... Okay.
Although nobody calls it T111.
No one knows what it
The
is.
smart side.
Smart siding?
Yeah. Smart Side Trim. That's like the brand I think that
Yeah.
most like Home Depot and most carries.
So we'll do that all around the windows. We'll do just the regular white vinyl skirting with that. We'll wrap around the porch.
Okay.
Outside. And then do the T111 trim right here as well for a base for the transition.
We actually had budgeted to completely reside the entire thing because we like saw the little drip edge there, thought it would just look good to redo the siding, but between like the time it would take and the cost, I don't know.
So it's just a pain.
She convinced us to paint it and just do trim. It'll look nearly as
It'll
good.
look, the trim will look sharp. No one will notice the difference. She
Yeah.
was right on that. I mean, like, you'll save yourself
That's
quite
what
a
she
bit of
said.
money.
She said if it's in good condition, paint over it.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. Like, to redo it all. So what year is the home?
What is it?
86, 88,
That was an 89.
89,
I
somewhere
think
around
it's
there.
89.
Okay.
We'll do some yard work at the end too.
So what's the lot right here?
890.
Does that include anything, or is that just base rent plus?
No, that includes gas.
Oh, it does.
Includes gas, trash, and
So you rebuilt the deck then completely?
we just laid down. So it was just like
It's just like a
it was what's it called?
plywood.
OSB. It was
Okay.
just that. So it didn't look great, but we didn't want to tear it up and redo it, so we just put this on top of it.
Okay. What do you guys have as your estimated budget, like your cost?
Overall,
Overall total?
we're at the 20,000. 20,000 total. No, that's
Your
that's
total
Sager.
budget.
That's Sager.
It's like 12,000.
Okay.
And
We're like right on top.
under.
I think we're under a couple $100. So
Okay, good.
Gotta put in a new front door frame. This one's pretty weird. It's like tin.
Yeah, I just take the tin off, just put new trim on it.
We started with the flooring. We had them end up doing it because it was a big pain in the butt, and they know what they're doing. Like we were laying it this way, and then they're like, "No, it's way better doing it this way." So we just paid them like $500. They did it.
swapped it out for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, new carpet in the bedroom. We've yet to put in baseboards, so that's gonna cover up what's left there.
Yeah, they're gonna come touch up the base, and then we'll throw some baseboards on there.
So this is all new?
Go ahead.
Yeah, on the carpet.
What pound of pad did you put in?
Just cheap.
Small.
Yeah, and it's not too bad. We liked it in the last house.
No, it's fine.
It ended up.
You're putting in just a little bit, actually looks like a nicer grade carpet than what we are. So just something to be aware of. You got it's pretty soft on this side. I don't know if you can pull that back. You may want to throw some plywood underneath it.
Okay.
You feel
Yeah,
how
I
soft
didn't
that
feel
is
that
right
when we
there?
first walked through here.
I mean, you can see how much that's giving
Right.
versus here.
Mm-hmm.
So some thoughts just on that, because you're softer over here. So it's almost like you've got something's funneling and pushing water here. So the question to always ask yourself in this scenario, right, is, and this is the question that Dawn asks me a lot. Well, are we cashing out or are we financing it?
Right.
Okay, if it's a finance, you have to ask yourself the question, more than likely we're getting this home back in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I can still sell it back to you.
And if we are taking it back in 3 to 4 years, if it's in this kind of give right now, where's it going to be in 3 to 4 years that somebody doesn't care?
Yeah.
So we, I think I told you about I just bought a house in Pocatello, like 2-bedroom, 1-bath, fully remodeled
Mm-hmm.
for $20,000. and I'm putting $3,000 into it, and I've already got 3 people interested at $55,000.
Jeez.
So, but the question that we're asking ourselves right now: are we cashing it out or are we keeping it?
Right.
We decided we want to keep it. On the east side of the home, there's just a lot of wood rot on the T111. So since we're keeping it, we have decided to spend an extra $1,500 to rip that off and put new on so that it doesn't cause any more damage.
Yeah.
If it was a cash out, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Let's slap lipstick on the pig, make it look pretty. So if you want to get into the financing game, and I don't know what I know we've talked a little bit about that.
yeah.
We haven't gone into a ton of detail on it yet, but you guys have done your first look at it. You're starting to get the sense of it. So now we have to start saying, okay, what's the long-term cash flow game? Are we looking for residual? We want to get to the point that we're processing $8,000, $10,000 a month in payments for this. So when we go back outside, let's look at that briefly.
Okay.
The easy fix, it's not going to cost that much. Pull that carpet back up, cut out your,
something under there. Yeah.
well, cut out the particle board or the plywood, just put new down, fixed, right? It doesn't resolve the ultimate problem though.
Right, of why that's
Yeah, so we'll look outside. If it's a flip and then we're just selling it for cash to someone else, do you, like, how far do you take that? This is the difference between you guys have probably learned between Don and I. Don would be like, let's rip the whole room out to find the mouse and then put it back together, and I'm like, just kill the mouse. It's a very different approach to things. That's just part of the partnership side, right?
We need to blue tape this.
It's a nice home, great floor plan.
Yeah.
well, so this floor plan wasn't here before. This is what we added.
Oh, so you added this?
We added this.
This is all new cabinetry.
No, these are the old cabinets. They're just painted. So the
We have the ground molding too.
kitchen stops right here.
Okay.
This used to be the kitchen. Went that way. Stove right there. Refrigerator right there. No microwave. So we put in the new sink, painted everything, and then we bought this corner piece, and then didn't have a dishwasher. So we decided to put the dishwasher there. We just ran the drain line all the way through. It was fun.
Yeah, so here's the kitchen before. Basic. The top needed the crown molding really bad.
What is the solid surface countering here? What kind of countertop is this? That's
what is it called?
Formica?
Formica.
Formica?
Yeah. Gosh, that ages me, guys. Formica was a big deal when I was a kid. Okay, I just didn't know if it was like a solid surface or if it was just a little bit Formica finish on it.
Yeah, we found a pretty good deal on these. That was the best we could find because it's hard to find these with no backsplash because we didn't want a backsplash to do this part. But
It looks nice. This was a good addition.
yeah,
It was a good addition. It helps to make it so that you've got a kitchen.
Yeah, the
Space.
space kitchen. Yeah. We
Yeah,
did that
it was-
backsplash, and then we threw in that microwave.
I'm gonna ask my wife a really essential question here. What do you, as a person that spends a lot of time in the kitchen, what's the issue that you see?
There's no oven.
Well, that will come in soon.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised that the dishwasher is so far away from
Oh,
the sink.
yes, that is annoying.
that was a big deal.
Because I'm like, I wouldn't see an issue with that. I'm surprised she didn't say anything like,
So that
I wasn't paying
our
attention, really.
Huge dilemma. We were deciding
Well,
on
you
whether
did
to
the cost.
tear it out here.
Yeah.
We can't put it here because the stove goes right here. So
You
this
know
is the
what, though?
gas line.
It actually isn't bad. I just more pointed out. Just be prepared that it may be something that brings up as a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The resolution on the sale is, well, it didn't have a dishwasher before.
Exactly.
So if you want us to remove it, we can.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my answer. Say, okay, no, I get it. It's kind of awkward. We can take the dishwasher out. Well, no, leave the dishwasher. So part of the sell process is making them realize what it didn't have and what you provided.
Yeah.
It's one of those scenarios. It was like, look, it was the best we could do to give you, buyer, all the features that you wanted. So keep that in mind. That a lot of times people try to nitpick that type of stuff, and you can easily resolve it just with a statement of, no, we get it. It is kind of awkward, but if you don't like it, we're happy to pull that dishwasher out and we can put drawers in there if you want. And then they're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Keep the dishwasher.
So I'm kind of curious what you guys think of the color because we were
This is our first
sticking
time
with
doing
white.
this color scheme.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I turned to her.
I like it because it gives contrast.
Mhm.
And actually, this will ding less than white.
It might be a little bit more like niche where people are more picky with the colors. We actually were originally going to do the gold, marbles and like fixtures.
and light, but
I'm glad you didn't.
Gold is a lot more trendy This is good. I actually think that it looks really well. I like. We have done dark cabinetry. Don has done dark cabinetry before, so we've kind of gone for like black and white theme. It looks really good. I think it'll pop well. And the truth is that this is something. This isn't going to be as big of an issue as if you had the walls painted a different color.
Yeah.
Truly.
So the next tone then, we were thinking about doing like a lighter gray wall and then doing white cabinets.
Yeah.
We're just trying a different light.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's color schemes, and that's exactly it. And you know,
See what we like more.
right now, I'm like, Autumn and I were even at a restaurant over in Dallas yesterday, and the color, I mean, golds, greens, bronze, tans, blondes, it's becoming more and more popular that we're going to see that come back.
Yeah.
So you can follow that and kind of see, and a good way to look at that is just maybe take some time and go walk through
Homes
mobile
that are
homes.
selling, yeah.
Not mobile homes, model homes. What are decorators actually like decorating? What color scheme are you guys doing on your house that you're building?
We're doing the gold and black cabinets.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
because it's popular right now. So
Yeah.
you're on the right track. It's actually really good. In the end, the sell is about people follow the trends. They follow the popular side.
I was curious about that because with mobile homes, if it's like a different, people maybe don't care as much about that.
No,
But
they do.
They do. Okay.
They are influenced the same way the rest of us are. It's just pricing.
Yeah.
So if you can make that feel like that to them, it's like, oh yeah, this is so up to date. Well, up to date just means what color scheme is the latest design trend.
Yeah.
That's it. It can still have a whole bunch of issues in the home, but it's up to date.
Yeah, I like the darker cabinets.
Yeah, I think they look good.
So we had a fan there, and the ceiling's so short that it crowded the room so bad.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, if your fan came down to here,
Yeah, that's what it did.
natural inclination would be like,
Yeah.
and you're not that tall, but I want to get my head hit, right?
Yeah.
So no, it was a good decision. The only other option you could do there, I mean, it looks like you
Is
could
a
put
flush
in a flush mount, a puck light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just a small.
That may
one
be a better option.
What did she say?
So my thought is you have this here, you have this light here. If you did, it depends on how much you want to do, but if you did something that's more like a long light with this same style, you're gonna flow better.
How much was this?
$60, I think.
If you've got it in your budget, you'd be better off to actually match. Take that
Yeah.
for that. She brings up a good point.
Like same style or
exact same.
Yeah.
same thing. Whole
Same
fixture.
fixture.
Okay.
No, just put the nose on there. So
Right,
yeah.
right. Same fixture.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea though. I think we'll do that. Get the same fixture.
It would look a
Or
lot.
even style.
Same
fixture, you said?
style,
Like,
I
and you
would
could do
just-
a longer, so you have more light in there.
Yeah.
It fits.
Because it's a little bit this way.
And then you wouldn't feel as closed in when you walk in if it's a longer light, but it's the same style.
Yeah.
So here's a thought with your kitchen. I like the silver with this gray, but if you wanted to go gold, you could even do like a forest green with the gold. And that's really popular right
In
now.
the next house, like a forest green cabinetry
Uh-huh.
with gold.
So that's good to know because that was kind of like our thought with the first house was to make it look like the modern houses that people see in like magazines on TV, but they can actually afford to have this style. So they'd be more excited about it versus a different house they've been looking at on the market that's even maybe brand new from Clayton, but it's not as like a modern style.
Yes.
They might be more excited about ours because it's a modern style.
Have you guys gone and walked through any Clayton home dealerships?
No.
No, not
Go do that. Go
We
look at the
drive
mobile
by
home, the
all the time.
manufactured homes. Go and talk to
We
them.
have a couple
Instead,
dealers
get
we
their
drive by.
get their magazines. That's a really good color palette option to see what people are buying right now too.
Yeah. Well, on Facebook Marketplace, I joined a group and there was a mobile home. It was a double wide that had been flipped and it's in a park and it was selling for like $150,000. And it was newer than the one we were selling. It was like a 2005 that they completely updated, like as modern as you can get, like barn doors, sliding doors, like that style everywhere. They had like skylights. It was nice, and I'm thinking in the future if we get double wides that we can hold on to and really market for the right price and just have the space to hold on to it. I mean,
Do you guys
I think
do
it's a
luxury
copy.
flips? Like
Copy
kind of
this.
like that?
We
Where
have.
you're trying to get top end.
Oh, we
dollar.
have.
Yeah.
We have. I mean, like we're doing one right now. The biggest thing we have, we're trying to be conscious of. So we're doing one right now that, ideally, I'd like to sell it for $140,000 in Ogden. Realistically, I'm looking at what our homes are appraising for, and I have to look at the appraisal price. The appraisal prices are going to force me down to about 110.
Oh, geez.
So knowing that, right? Knowing like, okay, what my limiting factor right now is what the appraisals are coming back at, it has pulled back our budgeting on it.
Right.
We got the home for 38.5. We were planning on doing about $30,000 in upgrades into it, and it's a huge house, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, in the end, like we can sell this home for 140 based upon the lot size, everything about it. But then when we just got our appraisals back on a couple of other homes in Layton, we were like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We know the appraisal market is, they're crunching down, they're bringing it back down. And so because of that, we pulled out $10,000 on rehab and brought it down to a 20 grand rehab. So it was like, well, so our plan is we're going to list it right around 109, 110. I mean, it's still going to be a great margin.
What would that appraise per square foot?
Those are coming in right around 70 a square foot out there right now in Ogden.
That's still pretty high, isn't it? Or no?
No, because I mean, I think I told you the 4-bedroom, 2-bath double wide in Pocatello came in at 64 a square foot. And I would say it's similar to this park.
Yeah.
Thing.
So, and it is not, that's a rough home. It was a bad remodel on my part. I learned a lot on that one.
We should be good with like.
So you should be good.
Well,
So
yeah.
just be aware of that. But look at your area too. You guys have a lot of high-end areas. I'm sure that you can find some very nice communities.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your market for
That's
your
what we've been trying to
a
do.
luxury
To do a luxury
double
flip,
wide.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically just budget it as if worst case scenario we'll sell it for appraisal value.
Correct.
Because I think this first appraisal we'll get will show a lot of like insight on the market to us of what we can expect.
Yep.
Our other appraisals like public is there any other way we can find other appraisal prices like
The downside
We
to
would've
mobile
waited this
homes, because it's not real estate, it doesn't become like, it's not stored on a public database like traditional comparison side, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky with mobile homes because we're not dealing with real estate. We're dealing with the title. It's like a car application, right?
Yeah.
NADA, I've pulled appraisal prices off of NADA before. So
Really?
yeah, so you can go to NADA. So we actually sold a home about 8 years ago to a lady that we financed her, and 2 weeks later she filed for bankruptcy, and she included the home in the bankruptcy. So she hadn't even made a payment to us.
Jeez.
And so it immediately took our payment from like, we were like at 16% interest, and the judge reordered us at 7% interest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like a joke. And so but one of the things that I had to do is I had to show the value of the home. Well, tax records were showing the value of the home we sold it to her, I think, for $18,000.
Yeah.
Tax records on the home were showing the home's worth like $6,000. So I couldn't use county tax records. So I had to go into NADA, find the brand, the model, and everything. And I actually built a full appraisal on NADA and gave that to the judge, which showed $32,000. So he agreed, and he kept our price at $18,000. So he did not adjust us, but he killed our interest rate and cut us in half because he said we were being predatory. So consider that. Maybe let's go to NADA. Brand, make, year, model. You have to know the features of the home, and you can probably build that out.
So this is an interesting bathroom. It's very interesting. It's the flooring in there that I picked, and it's a rubber mat on top of concrete.
Let's talk about the shower.
Oh, the tiling was there before too?
Yeah. He's talking about the shower bottom there. It's concrete.
They just stamped it.
Yeah.
They just took like a stamp.
So we just had our painters just like go over it with a different color.
So it looks good.
Kind of make it look better.
No, it looks totally
We
fine.
don't know what to do with that drain though. I hate how that drain looks.
Yeah, we'll pull the drain up and put a new cover on it.
I wouldn't waste your time.
No, just leave it.
That's a personal preference.
Okay.
You don't like how it looks, I can guarantee you that is not going to be a deal breaker.
Okay.
So if you want to save yourself an hour from chiseling that thing out of cement,
Oh, I'd make him do it.
like, to me, that is like, who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
we have a new vanity light we're putting up, and then we're buying a mirror that we'll put up,
Okay.
and then some new nozzles.
So, a couple of just like educational things for you guys here in reference to this. When you do homes, don't ever put this size of tile up. Ever.
Yeah.
This is way too much weight for a mobile home, and cement
It's definitely
there.
floor. Isn't that like floor tile?
Floor tile is going to be okay.
Okay.
The floor tile, because we're not These are 2
Well,
by
no,
2
no, I'm
walls.
saying that's floor tiling. That
Yes,
they
that's
put
floor
up there.
tile.
Yeah.
But it's the pure size of tiling, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be fine here. We're dealing with a 2 by 2 wall.
Yeah, I can't hold.
These are not 2 by 4 walls. So what's gonna happen here is that we're gonna actually start to get a bowing effect happen over time. So just for your education, I didn't know this either. This is something that Dawn taught me, because it was actually, she was out of town one time, and I was like, let's throw some tile up. When I picked out tile, and I sent it to her, and I said, this is what I'm doing. She was like, absolutely not. And then she educated me as the same reason. Subway tiles are great. What you've done in the other room as your backsplash, that's great. This is way too big. The floors, the walls can't support it, and you'll actually start to create watering issues because it's going to pull. Because we're not a traditional truss system either. It's actually going to pull that roof down. It's going to create pockets, and now we have setting water. And guess what? It's going to start to come. It's going to find a way to leak into the house. So just nothing you can do about it. It's great. We leave it there. It's probably just fine. But if you ever do tiling, don't do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Now, the fact that it doesn't have a door, would you do anything about it?
It's an awkward door size.
It is.
I mean, like you could do.
You'd have to
if it
custom
was
like a
bigger
glass
shower.
door.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
glass door, by the time you put your hinges on it, you're doing the door like this big.
And then it can't open anywhere besides.
Yeah, or you'd have to
Or
come in
in.
here.
Yeah.
You
So-
have to swing in.
For selling
If we were
purposes,
on-
you
if
could
we
do
were
a
on
rod
camera-
with a cute curtain.
A rod with
You think
a
so?
curtain. Yeah.
A cute curtain.
That's true. A rod with a curtain.
Yeah.
A cute curtain.
Cute. It has
A
to be
cute
cute.
curtain.
Like
I
a
would-
decorative
Okay,
curtain.
I brought my dad and stepmom here, and my stepmom pointed this out. So there's a half bath here, and I don't know how her idea sounded cool, but I don't know in application what would actually work. If instead of having a 1.5 bath, if you could pretty much take out that wall and make it bigger, or do you see more value in there being
In
a
a
half bath?
Half bath sells more
Really?
from a marketing perspective. I get where she's coming from, right?
Yeah, I mean, if
But
I was gonna live here,
she's coming
I'd do
from the mental side. I know that from our perspective, my wife would say the same thing. Of I'd much rather have a bigger bathroom with storage versus something like this. But the way we buy homes and the way that the market buys homes are two very different things.
Yeah.
Marketing wise, to state that you have a 1.5 bath on your listing versus a 1 bath, you will sell it better and faster.
Yeah.
So totally get it. It's kind of awkward. It's like a closet more than
Yeah.
anything else. But I guarantee you it's going to sell better if we keep this as a half bath.
So if you put a mirror in there,
Probably.
it's gonna feel bigger.
Yeah, yeah. So like, do you think a big mirror versus small mirror?
I would do a large
like a
one.
full square.
Yeah,
I would do a full
I would.
body mirror,
Full body.
here to here.
Like a do a
The
big
wall mirror.
because it will make the room feel like it's not a closet.
This was just open, right? And there was a bad shelf here. So it's always be painted too. But this size, I couldn't find a closet door of this size that wasn't $700.
What about bifolds?
So those are the ones that I thought were like way more
I can't
expensive.
remember. Yeah.
2 doors were,
That's true. We did look
Cheap.
at that. Yeah.
but those were like 3 times as much as doing 2 doors.
So how much were these?
Like 70,
40,
$60 each. Those doors.
60 a piece.
I think 60 a piece for those doors.
The house
This is where
Blame it on the house.
visually it looks really nice having the doors. I'm thinking through what the alternatives could have been. Gosh, I don't know how many. I can't tell you how many homes we have sold that have never had a door on it, on the closets ever. Like I would say probably 50% of our homes that we still sell, we don't put doors. I have to again point out there's a differentiation in style on the partnership side, right? The homes that we're doing in Idaho, I probably flow more kind of the way you guys do. Like I'm more about like the visual, like how's it gonna look, because I know on the sell side. Dawn gets very much into the minute details of, oh, that floor is kind of tilting right here. Let's rip the whole thing up. Like, and it's I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just the approach of how we go with things. But I'd say a lot of times we just don't budget for doors because there's other things that we're taking care of in that regard.